Good evening. Village of Lincoln Heights Council meeting is now called to order. Today's date is Monday, February 9th, 2026. The time is approximately 7:34 p.m. Roll call, please, Ms. Randolph.
Mayor Tanya Key,
Present.
Vice Mayor Durance Daniels,
Present.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Present.
Councilwoman Saretha Brown, Councilwoman Trina Carter,
Present.
Councilman Norvery Tate.
Present.
We have 6 who are present. We do have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you. I would like to ask if Councilwoman Carter will issue our prayer today.
Let us bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for this day, thanking you for the opportunity for us to gather together. We ask that you keep us clear and keep us focused on our business that we have here today in your name. And we thank you for everyone who is here to join together in getting this business done. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Is there a motion before we accept the agenda? Is there a motion regarding resolution
Yeah, let's make sure I'm saying it.
2026 R20?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. I just said we remove resolution R. Sorry, resolution 2026 R-20 out of the consent agenda and move it into our supplemental agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
A second.
Been properly moved by Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilwoman Brown to move resolution 2026 R20 from the consent agenda and adding it to the supplemental agenda. Roll call, please, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Saretha Brown,
Yes.
Councilwoman Trina Carter,
Yes.
Councilman Norvery Tate,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Mayor Tanya Key.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. That motion does pass.
Thank you. That item is now under supplemental 2026 R20. May I have a motion to accept the agenda?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved by Councilwoman Baber, seconded by Vice Mayor Daniels. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Next item is filing of the journal. Is there a motion for Committee of the Whole meeting minutes for January 12th and regular council meeting minutes for January 12th, 2026?
So move with any necessary corrections.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Daniels, second by Councilwoman Carter.
Okay.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
If you're looking to put some time into our young people here in the village of Lincoln Heights, Pastor Mike Pearl at St. Monica's this Saturday is looking for you guys come on out and volunteer between 8 to 3. As I said, Madam Mayor will go more into detail than that, but we'll be out there and we're looking for you guys to come out and pour into our young people. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Brown?
No announcements at this time. I will reserve that for communications to council.
Thank you. Councilman Tate?
None at this time.
Councilwoman Baber?
No announcements at this time, thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Brown?
I have no announcements.
All right. Thank you all. Next item on the agenda is hearing from the residents. We have two members of the residents, or two members of our community who have signed up to speak. Mr. Joseph Carter. Hello, Mr. Carter. Would you please state your name and your address and then give us your topics of concern?
Yes, my name is Joseph Carter. 1325 Bills. My topic of address is 1256 Bills, the statement regarding improper commercial use in a residential zone. A residential zone is defined as an area designated primarily for residential development. While many municipalities permit limited non-pollutant home-based businesses, such uses are allowed only when the property remains primarily residential and the business does not negatively impact neighboring residents. In this case, the commercial use of this property exceeds what is appropriate for the residential zone. We live on a street down here with 16 to 18 families on dead end. The residents respectfully request that the city reevaluate the use of land, enforce existing residential zoning protections, and engage the community in an open and honest dialogue before allowing continued or expanding commercial activity in this residential neighborhood. I did a petition against this 3 to 4 years ago. They stopped, jumped back in it again. I have 17 grandkids that comes and visit me. Y'all come down my street, not my street, the street. I'm not here just for me. This is not my writing. I'm reading this for the residents. I'm stuttering because I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. This commercial activity is strongly opposed by long-term residents, Daniel Brewster, Buffy Blackwell, for a couple of them. And they on the petition that I've sent in. So we asking that y'all stop this immediately because the snowstorm had us messed up, couldn't get back and forth, but then as soon as it barely opened up, they start right back again. We can't get down the street. Imagine this in front of your house and your place of business, or your house, period. Let your kids come down, your grandkids. They can't see nothing, what's going on, because they got to deal with this each and every day. I don't want my kids to be coming down there and saying somebody said something to me, because I'm gonna protect them. Like I did on February 7th, I stood out here to protect this neighborhood.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. Ms. Laverne Mitchell.
Good evening, council.
Good evening.
Evening. Laverne Mitchell, 1471, Chicago. I have a couple of things. In September, our new manager, Mr. Brown, stated his commitment to his position to be one of excellence, integrity, and respect for the community. So in light of February 7th and the proclamation that was sent, in October, there was a resolution passed asking, not really asking, but directing the village manager, Resolution 2025-R88, to instruct the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office to review all available evidence from that date. And I guess the proposed outcome would be to have another report. So my question is, was that directive followed? Was the Hamilton County Sheriff Office asked to review that evidence? So I know you can't answer now, but however you can, I would appreciate it. The other thing that I want to mention to Mr. Brown and this new council is that one of the requirements, or let's say goals, priorities, that the previous council asked Mr. Brown to do upon hiring him was code enforcement. And for several months, it was like, we're getting one, we're getting one, we're getting one. So the question is, do we have one? I haven't seen anything that says that we do, but I do want to provide for council if we don't have one. Quite some time, and now that we have a manager that has the skills and the knowledge, I think the residents would be glad to see that happen. The last time I was here, I also asked about the parkour equipment that we were supposed to have some time ago. I asked about it in January of 2025. I asked about it again in April of 2025. And I asked again at the last council meeting, and I have not heard any reply. So I would like to know if we are going to have the equipment installed. And the last question is, what is the new schedule for Memorial Field? I mean, I know with the weather and all of that, but even prior to that, it didn't look like much was going on. So however I can get those questions answered, my phone number is 513-608-2418, and you have my address. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mitchell. Ms. Mitchell, may I ask, when you request to speak before council, you are supposed to identify specific topics of interest. Would you, the next time that you want to speak, will you please give us that information? Because as you know, the rules state if anyone wants to respond to you, they can do so if they wanted to. But if we don't have that information ahead of time, then no one can prepare for that for you. Okay, would you do that for us?
I will put what I'm looking for transparency, and then under accountability, I'll say what those topics are.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Mayor Kay, do you mind if I respond to a couple of these items that was raised by Ms. Mitchell?
Are they going to be responded in your report as well, or is it outside of your report?
A couple of the items are listed in the report, but specifically related to the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office report. So that report was something that I submitted to council, I believe in that October meeting. There was a hard copy that was shared with all of council related to the evidence of that investigation. I believe this was something that was completed by Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey, and that those materials have been submitted to council after that meeting. So I'll be more than happy to confer with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office again, but to my understanding, as I presented that to council previously, that was something that was submitted shortly after that directive was made.
Madam
Would
Mayor,
you mind?
Madam Mayor.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Would you mind submitting that again?
Sure, yeah, and I'm not entirely sure why that didn't get to council before that October meeting, but once I was directed to do so, I made sure to submit that to council.
Thank you. Vice Mayor.
Yes, ma'am. And then thank you for that, Village Manager Gaines. I know one of the concerns that was brought up during that motion that was passed was the actual what was delivered to the Hamilton County prosecutors. And because right now there seems to be a dialogue or a real disagreement upon what was given, what was not, was everything handled, and everything of that nature. So just if within that report, If it's very clear on what evidence was given to Hamilton County prosecutor, and if not, if we can get that as well too, that would be beneficial in a lot of different ways. Thank you for that, though.
Absolutely. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, we're at our regular agenda under communications. Communications to the clerk of council, Ms. Lisa Randolph.
Thank you, Mayor. For some reason, I feel like I'm not being heard, but I personally don't have anything for the clerk of council. However, I do have communications that the Mayor Tanya Key, did receive. And if I can move forward with that.
You may.
Okay. The first one is from the Lincoln Heights, Ohio Historical.
Read it from here because it's a lot of information, right? And so for council's sake and for the residents' sake, when it comes to communications to the mayor, we'll give you the title. And if you want the additional information, it would be available and made available to you. You can actually request a copy of it or the information. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lincoln Heights, Ohio Historical Society first quarterly newsletter. We have Ohio Contractor December 2025 magazine. State Senator Catherine D. Ingram's Ohio Senate District 9 newsletter. Hamilton County Municipal League invoice. Okay. Man Up 5. Lionhearted at St. Monica's. I know Vice Mayor Daniels previously spoke a little bit about that, but we have more information on that here. Hamilton County Commission and Women and Girls Elected Women's Photo Invitation. Connecting Active Communities Coalition Annual Meeting. And finally, God's House of the Apostolic Faith. They submitted a letter. And that's what we have, Mayor.
Thank you. And so to give additional information for Man Up, that is for young men ages 6 through 18. The event will be held on February 21st from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And as Vice Mayor said, they are looking for volunteers to go help support, be a mentor to those individuals or to those young men. This is always a great event. It's always well attended, and it's a good opportunity for men to give back to the young men within our community. There'll be food, fun, and activities. They'll be talking about faith and character, leadership and responsibility, brotherhood and confidence, a call to be bold, strong, and faithful. If you want to register your young men to be a part of that, you can contact them at 513-771-7806. Again, that's at St. Monica's Recreation Center. Next item on the agenda is the written report from the village manager, Gaines Brown.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to do my best to provide a lot of the talking points associated with the village manager's report for January 2026. So over the last 5 months since my appointment, we have been focused on strengthening the village's administrative foundation, recalibrating intergovernmental relationships, and implementing sustainable operational systems. And there are several items of focus associated with this, namely fiscal and compliance operations. We are currently closing out 2025 purchase orders and completing the 2025 annual financial report, and this will also help us prepare for 2026 permanent appropriations within the end of Q1 of 2026. Our Public Works team has been working to address the snow emergency that came through on January 24th, 2026. We received a level 3 snow emergency in which we received a record amount of snow within the Cincinnati metro area. We did our best to plow the snow and salt the roads with the equipment that we have and with the staffing that we have. Additionally, we have received assistance from the Village of Woodline's Department of Public Works to help address the following streets. And those are Van Buren, Douglas, Jackson, McGee, Chicago, Congress, Thomas Court, Terry, Palmore, Dixie, Smith Court, and Simpson. And so with that, I know that everything associated with snow emergencies creates, a variety of different experiences and emotions. And we are currently evaluating everything associated with our response to snow. And we're committed to continuous improvement for that effort. One of the other considerations associated with the report is also for our code enforcer. So we have identified and selected a code enforcer. They are currently going through the background check, and we will be proceeding with next steps on onboarding. Their scheduled start date is February 26, 2026, and we will move forward with that. We're very excited to have them on. I'll make an announcement to that effect once background materials and everything comes forward. You all may have seen that we have a new automated call mass text notification system that is currently live and is listed on our webpage. So if you're interested in receiving updates in real time regarding anything associated with the weather or for village events, you are more than welcome to log into our website and sign on and register yourself for your relatives associated with that. And let me pull this up. Okay. Currently working through our street projects. They're still doing utility work on Simmons Avenue, and phase 2 is scheduled for late March 2026. The Jackson, Adams, Carey, and McGee project, curb and sidewalk work is largely complete, and paving is scheduled to begin in March, with completion by May 1st, 2026. The concession stand is currently moving according to the tentative completion date. The foundation and the footers have been installed, and a lot of this stuff is weather dependent, but there is progress for the concession stand also. And lastly, we are working through a lot of different grant applications. Been doing a lot of research and coordinating with different partners associated with that, and we will be submitting a grant application this week for the Economic Improvement Program. And there will be other applications that will be submitted, but this is what we have for today, and I want to make sure to communicate that with all of council and with the residents. Thank you.
Questions? Yes, Mr. Tate. Councilman Tate, sorry.
Mr. Green, who's responsible for the Metro bus stops, snow removal? Is that the village or just Metro?
So the village is responsible for the roads associated with that. We are not responsible for the sidewalks.
So will Metro come and remove the snow from those areas so the residents can get to those? Or do we have to let them know? Or?
Yeah, sure. That is a great question, and I don't have the answer to that at this moment, but I'll follow up with Metro so that we can coordinate service delivery in the event of any additional snow emergencies.
Any other questions? None. Is there a motion to receive the village manager's report?
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes carry. Next item on the agenda is an oral report from our village solicitor, Mr. Deepak Desai.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So just to catch up, this is really only our second council meeting. We had a little snow event, if you all recall, a couple weeks ago. So we still have drafted and addressed a lot of things through legislation. As you can see from the agenda tonight, we're up to around 20 plus pieces of legislation that's already been presented to council. For those who may be new in attendance or new to council, as you have experienced, A lot of it has to do with administrative functions in terms of bank accounts, getting people off bank accounts that are no longer sitting in positions that they occupied formerly, and then getting new people on bank accounts for the new positions they hold. So a lot of it is somewhat perfunctory, but some of the pieces have been rather unique. But that is what has occupied the time for the build-up to the last two meetings that we've had with council. Had a couple of novel issues that have come up. Once again, getting back to our, I think as some people called it, our snowpocalypse 2 weeks ago. A question was asked. The Open Meetings Act requires certain notice events for calling a special meeting, for example, but what does the Open Meetings Act or Ohio law require when we're canceling a regular meeting? So we did some research on that at the mayor's request and communicated that back to the mayor. Another novel issue that has come up is we've had some notices received from the United States Bankruptcy Court for residents, taxpayers in the village that have filed bankruptcy. And bankruptcy allows people in limited context to discharge municipal taxes. So in working with Rita, they handled one of the individuals, and then I handled the other based on who they listed as the creditor in the petition and schedule of creditors. And those were duly filed in time with the bankruptcy court so that the village will get perhaps not everything that it's owed, but at least what is allowed under the bankruptcy code. So those have been some activities of the law director or solicitor's office over the past 4 to 5 weeks. Happy to entertain any questions if anyone has them.
I do have one question. I know we were requesting training for the new council or for all of council, and you had submitted a date, and that date is not going to work. Is it possible that, not today, but whenever you can, shortly, that you can give us a new date?
Yeah, sure.
So that we can all
Sure.
mark our calendars and be there in attendance.
And so what the mayor, if you don't mind me just elaborating for a moment, is referring to is, of course, as you know, every 2 years we effectively have a new council, at least part of it is new. And so we have the organizational meeting on January 1st. And so typically what I've done is had a 2-3 hour session where we go through things that may not be hit upon in the legislative training that you're going to get. I presume some of you are doing it through, the Ohio Attorney General's office, but maybe the Ohio Municipal League or whatever your favorite flavor is. But they're going to go through a lot of high-level stuff that have to do with any municipal corporation in Ohio. I try to dive a little bit more into our charter and a little bit more of our unique rules of council, especially the procedural motions, such as motions to defer, motions to lay the question on the table, when you can make them, when you can't, to just try to help council get oriented to parliamentary procedure, if you will. So we had originally thought about doing it this Saturday on Valentine's Day from 2 to 4 p.m. I was hoping that would miss lunch Valentine's dates and evening Valentine's dates, but I don't think I covered it all. So we're going to come back to the table with some more dates. I had to clear it with my girlfriend as well before I proposed that date and time, so I understand. But yes, I'll get you some dates on that. And, as always, if anybody has any questions about parliamentary procedure, legislative procedure, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you. Any
Thank
questions? Thank you. Any questions? Yes, if you like.
So if people sit on boards, are they allowed to bring stuff to council and actually talk about it and vote on it as well if they sit on the board that they're talking about? Is that possible?
Yeah, so that's a good question. That involves Ohio ethics law. It involves a conflict of interest. So let me give you a hypothetical or an example. It kind of establishes a bright line, but there is lots of gray area. So if you sit, for example, say you sit on a board that likes to promote, I don't know, pick something, hunting. And they came to the village and said, hey, we would like to use this parcel of land to, facilitate training on hunting techniques. And a member of council sat on the board of that hunting club. That would be something where, because there's going to be a pecuniary benefit paid, right? Presumably the board is going, or the club is going to pay money, and the village is going to decide whether its resources, its land, can be utilized by the hunting club. The board members should recuse themselves from that matter. And the reason is under Ohio ethics law, generally speaking, because you're talking about a fictional entity, the board is deemed to be the live human being, if you will, of that fictional entity. And so the benefit is flowing back to that board member. Conversely, if you have a member of the hunting club, not a board member, but just a member. So the hunting club has 1,000 members, and you're one of those 1,000 members, but you're not on the board, then that same restriction doesn't apply. So if you were on council and you were a member of the club, but you did not sit on the board for the club, technically, under Ohio ethics law, you are not deemed to be receiving the benefit that the club is receiving. So I would say this, though, if I were asked in that latter situation that I described, I would tell the council member, my recommendation would be to recuse yourself anyway, just to avoid any appearance of impropriety. Not that it's unethical, not that it's a conflict. It's really just, maybe taking a higher level of removal and separation than the law requires. Perception. Yes, perception, if you will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any other questions? There's none. Motion to receive the oral report from the village solicitor.
Motion. Second.
Been properly moved in second. Did you get that, Ms. Randolph?
Yes, ma'am.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes do carry. Next item on the agenda is old business. This is the second reading for Resolution 2026 R5, resolution adopting a land use plan. What is your pleasure, council?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to offer, I would like a motion to set this on the table so that we as council can get more information about it before we vote on it.
Thank you. It's been moved. Is there a second?
I'm sorry, for a second, just a question on that, just to be clear on your motion. Did you want to take it in committee or you just wanted to table it? That was my only question, Councilwoman Baber.
Well, we want to table it at this time and yes, move it to a committee so that we can get more information about it before we vote on it.
Yes, ma'am.
A second.
So it's been properly moved by Councilwoman Baber, seconded
Carter.
by Councilwoman Carter. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Saretha Brown.
Yes.
Councilwoman Trina Carter.
Yes.
Councilman Norvery Tate.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Durance Daniels.
Yes.
Mayor Tanya Key.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. That motion does pass.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is new business. That's Resolution 2026 R21. You did receive this in advance notice, so we will read by title only.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, Resolution number 2026-R-21, Resolution authorizing the village manager to enter into an addendum to the agreement with Rumpke for the solid waste collection services.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion.
Second.
Been properly moved in second.
I second it.
No, I was about to say council. Okay.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Saritha Brown.
Yes.
Councilwoman Trina Carter.
Yes.
Councilman Norbury Tate.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Durant Daniels.
Yes.
Mayor Tanya Key.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. That motion does pass.
Is there a motion to receive for passage?
Motion. Second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Saritha Brown.
Yes.
Councilwoman Trina Carter.
Yes.
Councilman Norbury Tate.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Durant Daniels.
Yes.
Mayor Tanya Key.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. That motion does pass.
Is there a motion to receive the emergency clause?
Motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Saritha Brown.
Yes.
Councilwoman Trina Carter.
Yes.
Councilman Norbury Tate.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Durant Daniels.
Yes.
Mayor Tanya Key.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. That motion does pass.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the supplemental agenda. That is Resolution 2026 R20. We will read by title only at the first reading. As the first reading.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio. Resolution number 2026-R-20. Resolution approving public records request policy.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. We have resolutions 2026 R15, resolution approving technology and cybersecurity policy. Resolution 2026 R16, resolution approving director's vacation and sick leave policy. Resolution 2026 R17, resolution approving purchasing policy. Resolution 2026 R18, resolution approving policy regarding flex time and exempt hourly employees. And Resolution 2026 R19, resolution approving dependent eligibility verification policy. Council, what's your pleasure? Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion.
Second.
I have
Council,
a question before we go. Mr. Desai, this is parliamentary question. I read them all by title, and it's a consent agenda. Do we have to have another reading of them, or can we suspend the rules?
Yeah, so we really don't need to do a whole lot here. Let me read the rule to you because I think it will. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think it'll help for tonight and then maybe even in the future. Give me just a minute. Sorry, the internet apparently is slow.
Would it be appropriate to go into a quick recess? Or did you get it?
I'm not sure how quick it'll be. I still have a blue spinning circle, but I should be able to pull it up on my phone if that doesn't work.
Okay.
I got it. It's either my computer or the number of people on it slowing it down.
Oh, throat's dry.
I'm going to call a 5-minute recess. We're back from recess. Mr. Desai.
Thank you, Mayor. So this is found in the Rules of Council, which again, and we'll talk a lot about this a little bit at the legislative training session, but this would be Title III of our Code of Ordinances. This would be under Part 2. It's going to be in Chapter 38, and Chapter 38 are the Rules of Council. And this is in Section 38.092C, as in cat. It states that all items on the consent agenda shall be read as one, and the question of adoption and passage of all said items shall be by a single motion. The motion shall be made as follows. Is there a motion to approve the various items on the consent agenda? In the event the council determines that any items on the consent agenda should be passed on an emergency basis, then the question of adoption and passage of all said items as an emergency measure shall also be by a single motion. The motion shall be made as follows. Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause set forth in the relevant sections of the legislation on the consent agenda? So, yeah, just like the purpose of the agenda is to move things quickly that are deemed to be a little perfunctory, one motion for adoption passage, and then if there's an emergency clause, one more motion for the emergency clause. So a little different than the traditional way we do things, but by nature of the beast, that's the way it's designed to be.
So it's still appropriate to suspend the rules?
No, you don't have to suspend.
the
Just
rules.
one motion.
One motion to adopt?
To adopt and pass,
Okay.
and then another one motion for the emergency clause.
All right. So we have the motions are on a table was to suspend. So should we rescind those motions?
Yeah, just rescind that. I think we've already done the adoption and passage, right?
No.
No, we were.
Okay.
It's red.
No, we
Okay.
got this.
So let's just start with, and Mayor, you should call, is there a motion to approve the various items on the consent agenda?
Is there a motion to approve the various items on the consent agenda?
Okay.
Been properly moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Saritha Brown. Councilwoman Trina Carter,
Yes.
Councilman Norvery Tate,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Durant Daniels,
Yes.
Mayor Tanya Key.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. That motion does pass.
Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
Second.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber, Councilwoman Saritha Brown, Councilwoman Trina Carter,
Yes.
Councilman Norvery Tate,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Durant Daniels,
Yes.
Mayor Tanya Key.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. That motion does pass.
Mayor.
Yes.
Just a point of clarification for me. So if part of the consent agenda did not need an emergency clause, if it was not included, but part of it is, we can still make the motion to pass it all as an emergency, whatever it is speaking of, whatever parts need to be emergency.
Yes. Ma'am, Mayor?
Yes, you may.
So, yeah, it says, is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause set forth in the relevant sections of the legislation on the consent agenda? So if there isn't one, there isn't one. If there is, there is. So that is designed to capture everything. Does that answer your question, Ms. Carter?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good question. Thank you. All right. Next item on the agenda is miscellaneous business. We have boards and commissions. So once again, we have open boards and commission seats. We're looking for our residents to either ask more questions about those positions or fill out the application to fill those seats. We have had some interest, and so hopefully we can get some of those boards and commissions filled soon. So council, if you know of anyone that might be interested, please have them reach out, fill out the application. Currently, the application is available in paper form here at Village Hall. We are in the process of making that digital so that it can be made available on our website as well. But currently, it is in paper form here at Village Hall. If you would like to call, we'll email it to you. If you want to email, we can do that as well. Okay. Preparing for the 80th celebration, we will create an ad hoc committee with our council members and create working groups as we begin to plan what we want to do for our 80th celebration. We want to take a look at items that we can be doing now in preparation for 80th celebration. So we're looking for all of council to participate in some way, form, or fashion and be able to run and oversee smaller subset committees based on what you would want to do for that celebration. Saturday, we issued a proclamation for the Day of Unity and Respect. We want to make sure that we, as we have talked about in some of the other areas on our agenda today, that what took place on February 7th, 2025, we understand the information, we understand what happened, what didn't happen, what occurred, what didn't occur, and we want to make sure that our community continues to remain safe. We want to make sure that our community continues to remain represented, and we want to make sure that we are operating with unity, dignity, and respect. And so we want to give some kudos to our residents who stood on that bridge, our residents who stood to protect our community, and our residents who stood up to say, we want to make sure that we continue on with love, unity, and respect. I can't say it enough. So we were excited about that day to offer that proclamation and the other communities that came alongside of us to do so as well. The last item on the agenda is we have that open council seat. Please, if you are eligible and you would like to be a member of council, please fill out that application. That application is available as well in our lobby. If you would like to have one emailed to you, we're happy to do so as well. Any questions? Any items? All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. She was waiting. I'm sorry. It's been properly moved in second. We are adjourned.
Good night, everybody.